There's been a back and forth now between Erika Kirk and Candace Owens. And I want to ask you guys about the politics of this, the politics of it, and also the politics of real, because those two things right now are dividing the conservative movement and some inside of it. And now it's gone beyond the back and forth between like a Candace and the Turning Point group into this is going to cost us the midterms. The midterms, you guys are the politics experts. So I'm going to set up the underlying argument on which you do not need to opine, but I'm going to ask you for your take on the politics of it. So for the audience, here is what happened. Something extraordinary happened yesterday.
Yes, for this now, social media is questioning Megyn Kelly's takes pertaining to this issue. If you remember, this is what Megyn Kelly had to say after a clash with Ben Shapiro.
He said that Candace has been claiming Erika Kirk was behind, which I had not heard, and I was taken aback because that seems like something I would have heard. It's so crazy. And I have since learned it is not true. Candace has not made that claim. And in fact, I've now seen several clips of Candace specifically defending Erika Kirk and saying she would never make a claim like that about Erika, and that she is open-minded to other people at Turning Point. That's obvious. She's been making that point. I had heard that point. But she's specifically been defending Erika Kirk, and she's been saying she does not think that of Erika. And in fact, if you read her comments, she's under pressure to make comments about Erika. And so far, what I've seen, she hasn't. So thank you for that question.
Yes, Candace released another episode. On that video, this is what she said. According to Collins, Candace went start mocking Erika on her show, suggests she should be on Turning Point Peru because she can make a psychological operation look organic. Owen also suggested that women should not be in charge of companies because of their emotions. I have never been more obvious of a psychological operation. I actually wish they would put me on payroll so I could help them make these things look more organic. That is what Candace Owens said. It didn't end there. There is another video she released saying she's not backing down. There are videos of Candace Owens saying if Erika asks her to stop, she will stop. But yesterday, Candace released another one that she will not stop. I don't know why this is happening.
One of the things that has happened over the 3 months since Charlie was murdered is that people have gone through the thousands, maybe tens of thousands of hours of words he produced. He said more in 31 years than most people will say in a lifetime. Yes. And I want to read a few that have captured the most attention, especially on the political left, okay?
Yeah.
He wishes he didn't feel this way. He said, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. He said the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was a mistake. Now, I realize that all of those quotes come from longer conversations that he had on his show.
Correct.
But he did say those things. And Charlie is being memorialized by many people as a person who promoted civil discourse, as a person who said, come to the front of the line, let's have a civil conversation. How do you square that with the statements I just read?
I would love for everyone to be able to watch the full and entire clip of what he said. Charlie didn't care what skin color you were. He didn't care what religion you were. He loved excellence. He loved knowing that people, his favorite word was earn. He loved knowing that people worked hard to earn what they got. He worked so hard to build Turning Point USA. That whole, there's a lot more there than just that one little sentence. My husband is not to be deteriorated to 2 sentences. He's not. He is a thought leader, and he was brilliant of a man. So that's fine if you want to take words out of his mouth or out of context without the whole thing in perspective.
This is going to cost us the midterms. The midterms, you guys are the politics experts. So I'm going to set up the underlying argument on which you do not need to opine, but I'm going to ask you for your take on the politics of it. So for the audience, here is what happened. Something extraordinary happened yesterday. And just FYI, I am going to have more to say very soon on what's happening between Erika Kirk and Turning Point on the one hand and Candace on the other. not today, but very soon. And I have my reasons for that. So Erika went on with Harris Faulkner yesterday in, again, promoting Charlie's book. And she said the thing that Candace had said from the beginning Candace needed to hear in order to stop with blaming Turning Point for Jen. For the listening audience, we have a man in custody. His name is Tyler. He will be in court today in a couple of hours on a hearing about whether and what access the media should have to this trial. We'll be covering that for you tomorrow. And Erika, as fired up as I've seen her on this, clearly addressed Candace directly without saying her name. And I know for a fact this was an address to Candace, and Candace knew it too because she responded to it. Here is Erika Kirk. This is how Erika teed it up. Let's start with SOT 9. SOT 9.
Here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus.
The podcaster Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
I believe you've seen Megyn Kelly. She refused not to elaborate or to comment on what is going on currently. A lot of people are calling on Megyn Kelly after she said Candace Owens spent a lot of time defending Erika. People noticed that. Like, it came as a result of Megyn Kelly's clash with Ben Shapiro. Megyn came the next day, put out that statement. It triggered a lot of people, especially people who support or who are against Candace Owens. Now, people are saying Megyn Kelly should apologize because this is what Ben Shapiro actually said, and Candace Owens is doing exactly that. This should tell you a lot. There is this I'm hearing every day. This will cost us the midterm. This will cost us the midterm. That is what I see with a lot of people. I don't know. Some says if Republicans don't win, Trump is to be blamed, not Candace Owens or this. I want to know your opinion on this. Be honest. How can this cause the midterm? Everyone's attention is being drawn to this topic. If you notice, I took a decision never to cover this. But at a certain point, I realized a lot of people were not really into this anymore, but it is important. I bring videos like this so you can see what is happening. For more than 2 months, I have not put out a single video on this topic. So I want you to know your thought on this. And thank you. As of the short clips you see at the end, that is for the YT algorithm. God bless you abundantly.
Isn't it just dumb? I mean, aren't people going to be, what a child he is. Everyone around him treats him like he's went on nonstop until almost midnight time.
And while the president wasn't exactly sure which organs were scanned, he knew which one wasn't.
He beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
And this ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
Even getting off.
If the Democrat
Because how many times do somebody asks
for?
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't
right.
do that.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah.
President Obama.
He's blatant censorship.
Because
He says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC
want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well, Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all like.
To have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about surprised to see
to stay up. And then the other day, I had like a 3